Hey guys, so today's pickup day. We are out at Cody's house and I came out bright and early. We meant to do it last night. He got in a bit late. Then it snowed, which is the worst possible thing that could have happened. And then, so we're out here early this morning. He's showing me around his sweet, sweet ride and let me borrow it for the weekend because he's a champ. For right now, we're gonna check out a Ford Focus RS. And what were the rules? What were the rules? No tickets?
No tickets, no accidents.
Okay guys, so I am in the Ford Focus RS for the weekend that my good buddy Cody is lending me just so I can experience the car. Maybe we'll do some reviews, get some sweet footage, get some cool photos. There's a highway up ahead and I want this to be first impressions of the car. So here we go. It's gonna be a good week. So this camera rig that I'm pointing at here is a Delkin. It's got the two little suction cups. You can buy 3. Now the cool thing about this one is it works for like GoPros really well. It works for like the smaller like Micro Four Thirds cameras. I would not trust it with one of these. Once you go to like the full size DSLRs and like a heavy prime lens, that arm just, it doesn't quite cut it. You can kind of see there that it's pretty good, but doesn't quite cut it. Okay, so the way these work essentially, I got it tight, is there's 2 suction cups. Make sure that your surface is nice and clean. I just washed the car. Make sure that your suction mounts are nice and clean. And you're gonna push those on real tough. Make sure they're locked in and then latch it on. These ones here, again, push it in, nice, press it down. Something else I highly recommend is having the camera with in-body image stabilization, also known as IBIS. So these cameras, this is a Sony a6500, it does have in-body image stabilization. The a6300 does not. The Sony a7 III does, but doesn't fit on this one. So what that means is when your car's driving or whatever, it's going to be shaky, but the camera is going to try and compensate for some of that. So I've got the level on the back to make sure it's also nice and tight. Okay, it's not going anywhere. Another helpful tip: if you have a monitor, good thing to do here is you can just plug it into the side real swift and just check your image to make sure that it looks good. Then you can also check your exposure. I'm overexposed there. There you go. That's how you see it. Hit record. So I had to come to the car wash, get this thing clean, so that tomorrow my epic friend is gonna go do some sunrise shooting with me. So I'm gonna show you guys that pro car mount and how that works and how you can get some like pretty buttery footage with that. So stick around and we'll see you in the morning. morning, everybody. We made it out. Meet Troy.
Morning.
Meet Troy's Audi. Okay guys, so we've got the Camtree G51, I believe it's called, the gripper. Now what's significant about this is you can mount your own kind of like tripod head onto it, which is pretty sweet. There's some pretty like heavy duty screws they give you. And as well, there's 3 different suction mount points. So you can put some pretty heavy duty cameras on it. Right now, we've got the Sony A7 Mark III with a 24-105. We've got an ND filter on there so we can block out the sun. I'm hoping to get the sunrise behind the car so we can silhouette the car a little bit. So we'll see how that turns out. But the beauty of this thing, it's like you can actually like reef on it pretty good. Now you gotta like tighten these screws very significantly, guys. You're putting thousands of dollars on this thing, so don't get around. Yeah, so we're ready. The sun's coming up, so we're gonna go get into our position right now and we'll see how it looks. So far so good. The camera hasn't fallen off or anything. We did some fun driving, I'll call it, and Troy's been just killing it as a driver, so thanks Troy. And let me know what you guys think. We caught the light right before it tucked away into the clouds again, so now we're just gonna change some camera angles and keep having fun, but hope you guys are enjoying this. We flip the camera forward like this. We set the focal length to 50 millimeters. This is how it's looking. We're ready to roll. All right, last setup of the day, front and center. And we're gonna head down that lane there of light, as you can see there. Do a quick pull away. For this one, we're going a bit more compressed, 70 mil, and we're just gonna rip. Just gonna rip there, bud. Between the Delkin car mount that you saw with the 2 cup suction mounts that you can get in 3 and put the DSLRs on, you saw me ripping around with that, and the Pro-Aim G51 Camtree gripper, whatever it's called. I'll link them all below so you guys can go take a look at them and see if you like them. I hope that this is informative for you because, I mean, you got to see what kind of rigs I put on and what kind of cameras I put on those rigs, and that they worked and they didn't fall off, that you guys can trust them. They're pretty great rigs. So I hope you learned something. I'll put all the links in the description below so you guys can go see that. Check me out on Instagram. You guys can see some of the cool photos I got of this. And otherwise, I really appreciate you guys watching this if you made it this far. You guys rock.